Shout out to Ice. But let's get to this first topic, man. Let's not waste no time because I know people want to hear what we gotta say. Now, look, AJ, early in the season, you were or preseason, you were very high on this team, the New York Jets. The New York Jets take another loss. Well, probably Aaron Rodgers' best game all year, probably outside that Patriots game. But they couldn't find a way to finish the deal. Now, AJ, they are out of the playoff picture. They are last in their division. So when this is with Tua being out for a lot of the year, so AJ, are the New York Jets the biggest disappointment in the NFL?
I would say the Jets are the biggest disappointment in the NFL, given what a lot of people, including myself, expected them to be. I got the Bengals as a close second, though. They're a close second. With the way Joe Burrow playing, with the way Jamar Chase is playing, out of this world, you would think they would be right there in the hunt to win a division out there in the North in the AFC. But of course, they struggling too and probably won't make the playoffs because that defense can't get no stops. So I don't want to completely let them off the hook. But yo, the Jets, in my opinion, man, the reason why I picked them to go, as far as I picked them to go, as you know, Joe, I feel like they had it all set up, bro. I feel like it was made for them. You had a great defense. You had great weapons that Aaron Rodgers wanted there, right? In my opinion, you had a solid coach. If I'm not mistaken, I picked that man to win Coach of the Year this year because I thought they was going to be that team, right? You got a solid run game. The only issue was the offensive line. And I thought Aaron Rodgers being Aaron Rodgers, I thought he could overcome that offensive line. Wasn't able to do it. Wasn't able to do it. What I think of when I think of the Jets, bro, is I think of leadership. It's the first thing I think of when I think of the Jets, bro. See, when they had Zach Wilson and they had the old coach, I'm blanking on his name right now, the other coach that was in before he was let go, fired.
Robert Saleh.
Robert Saleh. They had leadership. Robert Saleh was the leader. And Zach Wilson wasn't the guy that was pulling a bunch of strings. He was just doing the best he could. But the team knew that. Zach gonna go out here, he gonna do the best he can, and his defense gonna have to carry it away. Aaron Rodgers came in and smeared them lines. Now you don't know who the leader is. Is it Aaron Rodgers or is it Robert Saleh? We really don't know. Like Aaron Rodgers is running the team, and that's where the issues started. Then you get a few games in and you fire Robert Saleh. So now it's really Aaron Rodgers' team. And it works if Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers all year. It works. If Aaron is playing like Aaron this year, it works. But Aaron been suspect all year. And then when he's not suspect, when he actually has, as you say, the best game he's had all year, the defense is nowhere to be found for real, bro. And the defense ain't nowhere to be found. Why, Joe? Because they fired Robert Saleh. And it's been like that since they fired him. Their defense really ain't been up to nothing. They had a moments, but for the most part, their defense ain't been the same since they fired him, since they let him go. So they're by far the biggest disappointment. They went and got Devontae Adams. Can't forget about that. Like, you got every weapon you could ask for as a quarterback. You got solid running backs. Like, yeah, your offensive line has its deficiencies, but I mean, remember I was saying when they got Devontae Adams, maybe that helps the offensive line because you could get the ball out quicker, right? Like, that helps. It ain't really been no help. I feel like Devontae regrets going there now. But yeah, man, they're unquestionably the biggest disappointment. Like, it's hard to point the finger at another team outside of the Bengals, who, again, in my opinion, are a close second because they should be a playoff team with the way they playing offensively. They should be, bro. And we getting ready to talk about the Chiefs a little later in the show. But I mean, if they made the playoffs, they'd be the one team. I'm like, all right now. Yeah, the Bengals will be that team. I'm like, all right now. Burrow done it before. He could do it again the way he playing. But to the original question, it's definitely the Jets, bro. I felt like they had a Super Bowl caliber roster of Rodgers is Rodgers, bro.
Yeah. So I think it's the Jets by far. By far. I don't think the Bengals are a disappointment, but they're not a close second. Because the Bengals
really,
yeah, the reason why, because we see the glaring problem with the Bengals. It's clearly the defense. The defense is not the same. Obviously, they lost some pieces too. The main piece they lost was Bates. Bates went to the Falcons. Like he was a key component for their defense. So their defense is terrible. But Jamar Chase, like they losing, they lost 7 games that were one possession, and we talking about like shootouts. Like the Ravens game, all that stuff. So I'm not now. I am disappointed in the Bengals, but they still look good. You know what I mean? The Jets, on the other hand, it's just a mess. Like first they get all the preseason hype. They were on Hard Knocks, right? They get all the preseason hype. Aaron Rodgers in the press conference, the trophy case is empty. I mean, it's long, that trophy is lonely. He want to add to that, right? Bring all this hype to New York. And then they play the 49ers, they get smacked. But we all forgave them. It's the 49ers, first off the Super Bowl. They play physical football. They playing in San Francisco. We not going to panic. Aaron Rodgers looked good for that one drive. We all got hype, and then they got smacked. Okay, cool. We going to erase that. You turn around, you beat Tennessee by 7. You didn't look too good, but you got to win. That's cool. You play the Patriots, and you look awesome. 24-3. You look awesome. Team excited. New York media excited. What Aaron Rodgers do? We got to start. What he say? He said something about, I'm paraphrasing. We can't just win. We got to dominate. We got to start dominating, right? He talking okay, we about to go on a run. And then they lose to Denver, lose to Minnesota, lose to Buffalo, lose to Pittsburgh, and lose to the New England. 5-game losing streak. And within that 5-game losing streak, when they lost to the Denver, kicking woes. And Denver wasn't considered as a good team at that time. We were like, you lost to Denver, 10-9? Okay, Bo Nix playing terrible. Defense showed up. Defense allowed 10 points, and you still lost? You play Minnesota on Sunday morning in London. You lose 23-17, but Aaron Rodgers had 3 interceptions. The defense showed up. They turned the ball over and everything, but Aaron Rodgers kept giving them the ball. Then you play Buffalo, only lose by 3, and you fire your coach. And like you said, since he got fired, their defense been terrible, giving up 37 points, 25 points, 13 they won against Houston, 31 points, 28 points, 26 points, 32 points. I mean, everybody's dropping 25 plus on them. So a lot of stuff been going on. And then the drama, like I said, like you mentioned Devontae Adams. He showed up on Pat McAfee. Oh, Devontae! Oh. I'm like, they are hyping the situation up. I remember we came on the show and I said, it's not going to make a big difference. I didn't think it was a big deal for real.
I did. I ain't going to lie. I definitely, it's Tay Adams, so I definitely thought it was going to be a big deal. But
and your reasoning made sense, especially the way Aaron Rodgers played. I had to get the ball out quick and all that stuff, right? And then him and Devontae Allen got that rapport and that stuff. But that wasn't a problem. The problem wasn't really the receivers, right? We knew it was the offensive line, and the defense was giving a lot of points. I'm sorry. So they are a biggest disappointment because all the hype they received, all the hype Aaron Rodgers received going into this year, and like you said, the lack of leadership is terrible. Like you see, he criticized Mike Williams in the press conference. Mike Williams gets traded, and his first game with Pittsburgh catches a game-winning touchdown by Russell Wilson against us. First game.
Don't try to politely gloss over against us. No, against us.
I gotta give it to they got a good leader over there, Mr. Unlimited, so but I think they're the most disappointed team in the NFL, and they got a decision to make, AJ, because I think if they cut him, $40+ million in dead cap. So they might be stuck with him, and I gotta keep him running back. If I'm them, I would try to drive a quarterback, let him sit behind A-Rob, but that could be dangerous because of his traits, So, but we see what J Love turned out to be, turned out to be a pretty solid quarterback. So, I think they are the worst team, the worst disappointment in the NFL. And shout out to the owner. He was the orchestra of all this stuff.
They got no choice but to draft a young quarterback this year. They got no choice, bro. No matter how Aaron Rodgers take it, Aaron Rodgers is not your future. Aaron Rodgers might be your quarterback for a year, maybe 2 more. Maybe. That's a big maybe. Because I did hear he want to keep playing. So, but we see what he is now. And maybe he could be better next year. I'm not going to completely write him off. It's Aaron Rodgers. But bro, He don't look like he ain't looked like
No.
Aaron Rodgers to me really all year, bro. All year. Maybe he need another year to fully get over the Achilles injury. I don't know, bro. But they got no choice, Joe. They gonna have to draft a young quarterback. They can't cut Rodgers, so you gotta start him for as long as he under contract. I'll give him that start. Don't bench him. Don't cut him.
No.
And draft a young guy and hope and pray that Aaron Rodgers is able to pass some wisdom down. That's all you. That's really all you can do, bro. That's all you can do, bro. It's a crap situation. It's a trash situation, but that's the situation they find themselves in. And I can't fully fault the owner, Joe, because even though I would have held Aaron Rodgers more accountable than what we've seen since he's been a Jet, there's not too many decisions that he made that I also wouldn't have made besides the firing of Robert Saleh. I wouldn't have fired Robert Saleh. But I mean, you paying guys. You helping put it's the GM, yeah, too, but you putting the team together as well. You know what I mean? So like I'm looking at it like what I have not gotten Aaron Rodgers, I just still got Rodgers. What I have been like, no, we're not gonna get Tay Adams. I'm definitely I would have I'd have traded for Tay Adams in the offseason. I ain't gonna lie, I'd have done it. It's Devontae Adams. Like I'd have done that quick, fast, and in a hurry. You know, was I not gonna bring in Alan Lazard and we just got Aaron Rodgers, bro? We might as well go all in on whatever he want to run and whatever players he feel like he could be. I would have done a lot of the same stuff. I would have. So I can't be fully mad at him. It's an Aaron Rodgers thing, and again, not having Robert Saleh there to help with that defense, it hurts. It hurts. So yeah, who is your close second though for disappointment? Or not a close second? Who's you say is in second place as far as
so are we talking about
team?
Are we talking about just the regular season? Are we talking about just the season period, 2024 season, like the whole totality of the season? Because if it's a whole totality of the season, you got those dollars in there. You got those dollars in there because of the all season, all that stuff, like not doing it. But I'm not gonna say that it would be the Bengals. The Bengals would be second, but I think the Jets are like way ahead of the Bengals because of all the hype they received, all that stuff. So.
Dallas crossed my mind, but I just feel like I saw this. I saw a lot of this coming. Yeah, I knew this was coming, bro.
And I would throw the 49ers there, but they are injury
riddled with injuries. And I didn't see the injuries coming, but I didn't see them having a great season this year either. So that's why I think the reason why mine's at the top is, first off, I had the Jets going super far this year. And two, I didn't see the Bengals being, I don't know what I expected from the defense, but I didn't expect them to be this bad. Like, I expect them to be this bad to the point where they can't. They in dog fights with the Cowboys, sitting at what 5-7 or whatever they was before the start of that game. So
we exposed the Bengals, man. I think when we played them, we showed everybody that their defense probably ain't that good. You know, score every drive. I think we ain't put no points.
Yeah, y'all did. Y'all
a long time ago though. No. I got a team, AJ. I got a team. It ain't the Bengals, bro. It ain't the Bengals, bro. Now you might not be too high on this team, but you gotta say you were at least disappointed in this team, though. The Jacksonville Jaguars. They've been horrible this year. Did you expect 3-10?
No, I didn't expect 3-10.
Come on now, they were 2-10 going into the last week game, and Trevor Lawrence playing horrible, and he just signed a contract. He just signed. Like,
that's a fair one.
I got the same record as the Jaguars Panthers. It's terrible. That's the only one I can think of for real. But I will say Miami, but Tua got hurt. But nah, man. But one thing I want to say about Aaron Rodgers is the bright side about Aaron Rodgers against the Dolphins. He broke a 34-game drought of not having 300 yards. 300 passing yards. He had 339 passing yards that game. 27-39. So.
And then your defense couldn't get a stop at the end when it mattered. They didn't help themselves with that. They didn't help themselves with that last possession by any stretch.
Of course.
But your defense got to give you something though. Come on, got to give me something, bro.
That's why I say the owner is a big problem because the move they ended up making, Robert Saleh wanted to do that, change the offensive coordinator.
That's fair.
And then he fired Robert Saleh, and they dipped. Like they put on some points in these games, but they did too much pressure on Aaron Rodgers now. Like he ain't. It's a whole different NFL, whole different league now than when Aaron Rodgers was in his heyday. So
yeah. That's
yeah,
true.